Hey guys, welcome back to another Touchline video. Today is not your normal podcast studio video. We're here on Zoom. Bill's currently editing the vlog. Today's the Monday, so it's the day after the elimination final match against the Manly Sea Eagles. So yeah, you're gonna get our reactions the day after. We might be a bit all bummed out today, but we'll preview the game and also go through our season awards. With the best player of the year, trial of the year, game of the year, etc. But yeah, boys, first of all, how are we today?
Yeah, good. Bit depressing today. Very like normally Monday I'm looking forward for like doing the podcast with the boys, and it's normally like I'm very happy and like just enjoying life. But after today, just very been a very depressing day.
Anthony, what about you?
Um, Bro, full mixed emotions to be honest. And you know how you saw my reaction yesterday after the game, how I was losing it. Look, to be honest, bro, it just fell short. It was a tight game. We were winning the whole time. But you know, it is what it is. We can't do much. But I'm happy that Bulldogs made it to the finals, and we've been waiting for about 8 years in the making that we made it this far. But I think Bulldogs never disappointed us because, as you can see, this whole year they played so well. I know a couple of games that didn't go our way at the start of the season, but then I think when they beat Gold Coast Titans at Belmore this year, that's when everything started to change. When Parramatta got beaten by the Bulldogs, that everything just changed completely full circle, and then we got the right results that we wanted because of our defensive that made us win the game. And like you said, Sam, about my how did I feel? Still stressed, but look, it is what it is. You can't say much, but I think we can learn from the positives and the negatives from this season till next year. I think next year is going to be so much better, I reckon.
Amelia, what do you reckon? How are you feeling?
Honestly, I feel always stay positive, but it's natural. I feel drained today. I actually took today off work because I thought I'd get home at 6 in the morning doing the dab care at Belmore.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, sitting in my room all day, just thinking, oh man, what could have been?
Yeah.
As Anthony said, it is what it is. We can't really change the result, and we move from here onto bigger and better things in 2025.
Yeah, and I think look, we'll talk now more specifically about the Manly game. It's like the Bulldogs lost that game. The Manly didn't win that game. The score doesn't reflect how that game was. And look, we got to give props to Manly. They won the game. At the end of the day, they take the win. And it's annoying that it is the Manly Sea Eagles because I know none of us like that team, especially Cherry Evans. You'll see on the vlog, we did not stop giving it to him, bro. That player, man, like
Nah,
he's something else, man. And look, with the game, I think we were in control most of the game. Defense was good. We were in their faces. Kick out had an exceptional game, and it just fell out of our hands. And some big calls went our way. We look at the Josh Alawai taking Matt Burden out, clearly a penalty. Personally, in my books, a sin bin, professional foul. His eyes were on Burden, never on the ball. You look at the Kira tackle in the air. Olukwatu clearly tackles him in the air. You look at the forward pass before the first half was done. So there were so many calls that went against us. And I feel at those moments, yes, the referee has to take blame because we conceded penalties that weren't supposed to be penalties at key moments in the game, two of them leading to tries from the opposition. And yeah, it's stressful. Even when we're leading 22-18, we cannot concede a try like that. Fifth tackle, 70 meters out, they had the whole length to try and score their field. Or we see Manly go up the whole field and score their try. So it's a tough pill to swallow.
yeah. Like you talk about that last minute try from not last minute, but the last try of the game where they basically ran 60 meters on the last tackle and just ran through our defense. And for me, our system this year was based on the defense. Our defense has been incredible since day one, and I feel the last 3 weeks we've really not been defending well. I think we've been a bit lazy. You could see in the last try when Manly scored that majority of the players were just jogging and not really putting any effort to get to Bencha Bojovic, who started the attack on the left-hand side. And if you look at it, if it was the Bulldogs during the whole year, we would have not conceded that last try. Our team would have been strong defensively. But again, I just feel the last 3 weeks we've lost 3 games in a row. I don't know, man. It's very upsetting how we just ended the season after such a great year. And I just feel overall like Marnie has been exceptional in the first half of the season, specifically him. But in the second half of the season, I feel he hasn't been up to our standard compared to the first half of the season. And especially this game, giving away too many penalties. Easy, he's made a few errors as well, and I just feel the occasion gets to read Marnie, and I think he should be just focusing on the game and what the team wants to do to try and win the game. And if he can fix that next year, I think he'll have a much better season towards the end of the year.
Emilio, how do you see it?
How do I see the loss?
The loss, and the performance of the ref, the Bulldogs. Like, what are your thoughts on the game specifically?
I mean, you can't go past the refereeing decisions. I hate being that guy throughout the whole off season. The ref. But I mean, there was so many like crucial calls the ref made that didn't go our way, which pretty much cost us the game in the end. Performance, it wasn't too bad, you know. Back and forth game, I feel like experience is what got Manly over the line in the end. The leadership of Lady Cherry Evans. And yeah, we've got the youngest, least experienced team in the comp, and they've done a good job all year. It's a shame we let it slip because I feel like the better team lost, but you know that's footy.
Yeah, and you talk about like the experience. We don't have enough experience, and I feel this can help us heading into next year. I think we're going to come back stronger. We've signed a lot of players in the forward department. You've got lots of players, Tupanua. Now there was a photo yesterday about Takahara, whatever he's. Yeah, that's him. A photo of this. So we've got a decent forward pack next year, which I think can really help us get over the line and further into the finals for me personally.
Anthony, man, how did you say that defeat?
Look, I said it before, man. Look, it was a close game. Bulldogs played very, very good in the first half. With Jacob Carraz, man, the first try, like that was so good. Look, he didn't disappoint us. Kick out, he played so well. Like he played very exceptional with his defense, and he was stopping Cherry Evans, Brooks,
and Oluwatu,
and Koluwatu as well. Like, you know, Valami kick out, right? He knows what to expect. Like he knows what to bring on the table, and he's been in that position many times. Not just with the Bulldogs, but in the past when he was with Penrith Panthers for the last like nearly half a decade, I think, or 5 years, 6 years in the club. Look, it was a short game, man. But mainly they were just lucky they won. They were just super lucky.
Yeah, we dominated the game, Anthony. Like
we literally, we actually
won to minute 70. We destroyed Manly. Like we played good. We were working hard for each other, but then the last 10 minutes, man, I don't know what happened.
It just slipped out of our hands because I think I told Bill yesterday while I was vlogging. I was telling him, you know what actually changed the whole game? I think when Tommy Turbo ran in, I don't know who it was. I think it was Marnie or Preston, and there was an open space. And as soon as he ran in, that's when everything changed the whole game for the last 10 minutes. And then that's when I think it was Cherry Evans or Kula that put the try that wrapped up the whole game.
Yeah, Kula.
Yeah, Kula. So that's what changed the whole thing. Look, like I said, bro, it is what it is. The positive thing is that next year that we're going to be 10 times better. At least the boys that got a bit of the glimpse of the finals.
Yeah, you're right.
That means that next year that I think Bulldogs will be in the top 4. So I think that's my prediction next year. When that time comes, I think Bulldogs will be in the top 4.
There goes
putting a house on it.
No, I'm not going to say house on it, but my prediction will be Bulldogs in the top 4 because I know guarantee that our defense is going to make us win the whole games next year. And I think there won't be that much losses next year. Trust me.
You should stop doing predictions because you always jinx it. You said Bulldogs.
No, I don't want to jinx anything, but that's just my opinion. So I'm just letting you know.
What happened to Bulldogs Knights Grand Final?
Hey?
What happened to Bulldogs Knights Grand Final?
Oh, no.
They just went down in the trash can, man. So.
In the first week, that prediction went in the bin.
Yeah, it just went in the trash can, so it's gone. because I knew Knights. I thought Knights. You saw what happened with Knights and Cowboys. I thought Knights won that game.
Yeah.
But you remember how Ponga, when he passed it, Parry, the ref said it was forward. How was that forward?
Yeah, look, Knights and Bulldogs were in a positions where both of them could have made it through.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Burden now. He's been under scrutiny a lot with his goal kicking, costing us our big moments.
Yeah.
Should he be the goal kicker next year? The Bulldogs putting too much pressure on him. So yeah, how do you see it?
Look, I'm going to start first. I don't think Burden should be the goal kicker next year because you've seen how many times he's missed it on the side. That's how we're like. I'm not saying like we're losing the games because of Matt Burden, but I think he's just not like kicking it properly on the right target. He needs a bit of that. He needs a bit of more experience on the goal kicking. So I reckon either Toby Sexton or Stephen Crichton should be the goal kicker next year. That's just in my opinion.
For me, Burden, yeah, I don't think. Look, he's won us many games this year. He's been probably one of the best players for us this year. Just key moments like those kicking conversions from Burden has cost us. You look at Melbourne, the Penrith. I think back when it was at their home ground. Now this one most specifically, it's cost us. And you think about it, if I got those 2 points and kicked it well, would have been going to extra time. And I think it's time to change for next year our goal kicker. I'll put either Critter or Sexton, like Anthony said. I think they're our most preferred option. I think they're the best kicker in our team. And personally, I think Serraldo has to get that stubbornness side of him because we've seen it last year and this year. You look at this year, we'll talk about this year. He kept Hutchinson for 8-10 games. And if he had not played those 8 to 10 games, say he played 3 games, if Sexton came in earlier, that could have helped us a lot, and we could have been in a what's called preliminary final and been in the top 4. And that stubbornness has cost us in a way. He's done a fantastic job, but not only that, like Burden being our kicker, that's another example of him not changing our kicker when week after week when we've seen Burden miss it and sometimes cost us a game. It's been costly, and if he can fix that side, that stubbornness, Serraldo, I think we can really like move places next year. But overall, he's done a fantastic job. It doesn't like mean he's done a bad job.
Yeah. Look, Burden, like again, he's won us so many games, but I don't like to say he's lost us games. Yes, the kicks he's missed are like so crucial, but again, he if it wasn't for him, would we really be in the top 8? So like he's played a massive factor to why we're in the finals. But yeah, he does really have to improve on his kicking if he is to keep that role, because you look at Valentine Holmes, Ruben Garrick, Cleary, all these players get always 7 out of 7 goal kicks. Worst
and
case, they miss
if
one.
you want to go.
Yeah, they miss one. So personally for me, again, I agree with you boys. I think he should get off kicking duties. I'm a big fan of Sexton, actually. That game he kicked against Knights, he looked pretty good. Stephen Crichton, again, he's a big moment player, and I think he'd also be another great addition to the kicking. Emilio.
That's literally what you guys said.
Yeah.
But like we can't say he's lost us games because we wouldn't be in the top 8 if it wasn't for him. We've seen how like dull we've looked without him. Like he's a big part of our team. But yeah, like it just makes sense to change the goal kicker.
Yeah.
Because look about it. If you have a clinical kicker in the team, you're guaranteed to go further into the finals, and that's what we're missing.
Literally, and we saw that yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think like what's annoying about this is like this whole year we were so hyped, the 2024 theory, and like we made so much content about it. And don't get me wrong, it's such a fun ride, like an amazing journey. And just to see us lose, like not even make the semis, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
so many fans crying at the stadium. It was a tough one to take, man. Tough pill to swallow. But look, we move on next year again. As Anthony said, I think it's going to make us stronger. It's going to make us tougher. And again, I think, as Shabot said, with Serraldo's stubbornness, I think he will learn from that as well. He will learn not to be stubborn. He will learn to pick the right players. And yeah, look, it's a learning experience for us. But yeah, man, it's upsetting that the season's ended the way it has. Like 3 losses in a row. That's not how you want to end it.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse? I'll go. You go. Yeah.
No, you go, Shabo.
Okay, yeah. What makes it worse? It's just like Samuel said about the 2024 theory. Like we've put so much effort into it, doing the billboards, doing skits, videos with a lot of
much,
creators, and it's just shocking. Like again, we put our heart into this. We believe that we're going all the way, and it just shocked us all that we're actually out of the finals, and no one expected it, and that's why it was so hard.
Like we should be going all the way. That's the problem. Like everything was lining. There was like 80 things saying that the Dogs are winning the premiership this year, and it just like something had to stop it. Something stopped it. It was like in another universe, Bulldogs would have won that premiership. But
look, as much as Skelton done well, do you think Fox? Do you think he's the reason maybe we're not into the next finals?
Yes.
What are your thoughts, Emilio?
I think that is if you get a dictionary and 2025 dictionary and you go to the word selfish, they should put that
no, you're right.
As selfish as it gets. No care.
Yeah.
I don't even think he was at the game.
yeah,
No care in the world. Disgraceful act. And what makes it worse is that he lied about it. If he didn't lie about it, he owned up to it, then okay, maybe you get a second chance. But he lied to Gus's face. He's just a disgrace to the club. My blood's boiling thinking about it. But
and look, I feel the same thing, Emilio. Yeah. Look, as soon as we heard that news, like this whole week, and everyone was like frustrated about it. Everyone was like pissed off about it. To me, it was just like I knew I was expecting it was going to happen because like. Why would you do that to your own teammates? Why would you do that to your own coaching staff? And first of all, your own boss as well, that you lied to your own boss's face, saying that like you're innocent. Like, come on, man. Like the Bulldogs, like I'm just saying that why would you lie to your own teammates and your club and your coach and that? Like, what are you getting out of it?
You look at it like look, Skelton, I said it again, he smashed it yesterday, but
he actually
defensively, you look at that moment defensively, the first try, I don't know why that inexperience from Skelton, if Fox was there, he would have been staying on his winger because Crichton had whoever was on that center of that side, he had him covered. Yeah. And if he had, if Fox was there, he would have defended that well, and that would have not scored. 100%. Even the last one, if Fox again was there, he would not allowed that try, that last minute try to happen. But again, Skelton's inexperience again cost us, and it's only Fox to blame, really.
And
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you saw this, Cherry Evans, when at the end of the game, he was saying the Bulldogs fans were amazing, but we got the last laugh. Like that was just
that just complete mockery, man. That is just completely mockery.
So petty. He's so petty.
That is so disgusting.
No, he's protected, bro. Like how? Yeah. See that headlock on Curran? Like, come on. In State of Origin, I think did someone get sin bin for that?
For headlock, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Someone in the State.
Wasn't it Pat Carrington?
To be fair, he got headlocked by Crichton in Origin.
Oh, it was Crichton.
It was Crichton.
Oh, yeah, it was Crichton.
I remember that.
But boys, how about when what's name Reed Marnie had that face off with Ruben Garrick, and you see when Cherry Evans came out and shoved him out.
Yeah,
I think that should have been a sin bin too because he got involved. Was it?
No, but even the burden when he chipped it and one of their players blocked Burden from going. That's a professional on the books.
Exactly.
That round was terrible. Like on that point, the Josh Alawar, like any day of the week, you see that's a copy and paste of what any other player does. They clearly 100%. Look at the player, they turn around and take him out. Exactly what Josh Alawar did. The ref didn't do anything about it, played it on. And then Cherry Evans goes and takes an 80-meter field goal after that. We pass it, and then after that, the Manly score. So little things like that affect the game.
Samuel, I want to get back to your point, how we said about for next year for positives and that, what we're going to expect to be 10 times better. How I said it. Don't forget what the mainstream media said about the Bulldogs this whole year. They're trying to doubt them, saying, "Oh, they're not going to be contenders. They're not going to be in the top 8 or in the top 4." Well, here we are now. 6 to 8 months later. We actually made it in the top 8, and we proved them wrong. And I'll be honest with you, the fans actually made it 100 times better because we got behind the team because they want to be in the top 8. And I said 2024 is going to be a better year for Bulldogs, and not just for the club but for the fans too. And now you see full crowded fans coming in every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, like
That's what we want to see.
Incredible season.
See it this way, like we broke
Yeah.
the record 3 times this year for most attendance. It's
That's
like the
right.
Bulldogs Army's back. Everyone's enjoying it. Like, how many people did we meet this year? You know,
Oh, we
the
met
likes
so
of-
many people.
we met the likes of Terry, Jacob, all these boys. Like, it's been an amazing journey this year.
A roller
It's only up
roller
from
coaster
here.
too.
But look, before we, that's a wrap up for the Manly preview. But let's quickly go on to some, season awards. It's only right to preview the Bulldogs season. First of all, what was the best game you've been to this season?
Who's gone first? I'll go. Amelia, go first.
Oh, I'll go. For me, it would have to be flying up to Brisbane and watching us just demolish the Broncos, absolutely ambush them. The odds were like $3.30 to $1.40, something like that. We had Stephen Crichton out 24 hours before the game. And it was very significant for me because it was my first time flying out of state to watch the Bulldogs play. And it meant a lot to me. And to go there with actually an amazing turnout from the Dogs fans in that corner, I was sold out the away bay.
Yeah.
The vibe there was just immaculate, like getting out, singing the team song. We actually destroyed the bin outside, walking down Caxton Street, getting told to go back to Lebanon. It was the funnest day of my life. Yeah, that's my favorite game of the year by far.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed it. For me, I've always stood by this. I think Parramatta has to be my favorite game this year. Oh no, you know what? I'm changing it. I'm gonna go Dragons at Cogra. I think that was a very good game. Just being with the Bulldogs fans on the away side, we did not stop chanting the whole game, man. It was an unbelievable game. Atmosphere was incredible. After the game, we were just non-stop chanting our team song. And yeah, man, that has to be there as one of the best games I've been to this year.
Sorry, just before you start, you know what's sad? That was the last game we watched us win in person.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was you that mentioned it. I was so shocked that was the last game at the stadium that we won.
Yeah, and after that game, we're thinking, okay, we're heading into finals. This is just the beginning of the real part of the year. That's the last game we saw us won.
I feel like that, just not in footy term. Like, it just shows that in life, just anything can happen. Like, you can't get too happy, too confident, because look what happened. As Amelia said, we thought that was the beginning of our charge to the final, and then here we are, like, out. But yeah, I'm gonna say also Bulldogs Dragons is my favorite game.
Anthony?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say the same thing too, but I think it was round 12, Bulldogs Dragons, when they pumped them 44-12.
Yeah.
I think that was just like the easiest game. Like, they just kept putting tries after tries after tries, and bro, that was just the best game. Like, the Bulldogs and Dragons, look, there's a bit of a rivalry between, but they never disappoint us, But thank God they played so good. That was my favorite moment from this year.
The Bulldogs Roosters game we went to, us four, when it was raining.
Oh, the rainy night. Yeah, I remember that was
yeah.
the funniest night. You remember how we just started recording the first 1 hour before the game began, and then all you see first minute knock on, and then all you see the try begin.
Yeah.
My favorite
And we just go and dance. I was like, hey.
My favorite moment of that day is when you almost drove into the pole.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I remember that. And if it wasn't for Emilio, you'd hit it, but he told you to stop.
Oh my God, that was embarrassing.
Okay,
I was like, what the hell did I do?
Boys, most improved player.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
I'm gonna go. I'll go.
Are we going by like most improved as in they played for us last year, or like?
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah.
So it can't be like Hayward, Sherry, can't be any of them.
I think it's better if
it does not matter. It does not matter.
I'll just say most improved. Who do you reckon has? In regards to most improved, who's shocked everyone? Like, really, no one expected to do that well and performed.
Bronson Sherry.
Yeah, good one.
No one expected him to even play first grade. They thought he'd just be a backup, and started off as that. And he keeps getting better every week, and I think he's got an amazing future ahead of him. He's determined, man. He couldn't even get through a training session to start the year.
Yeah. So
that's good job.
He's had a big season. For me, most improved. Look, I'd say probably the only reason why I say Kikau is because he had a rough start to his season. Injuries, and even when he was playing, he came back. He wasn't the best. Kikau's been exceptional this year. One of the best players for the Bulldogs. I think he did get the Player of the Year actually award. I'm pretty sure he got one award, I think. But yeah, kicker.
I think it was a Community of the Year. I think
Yeah,
that's what it
something like
was.
that. But yeah, I'll go kicker.
Me, I'm gonna go Jacob Kiraz. Not that he was bad last year. Last year he was incredible. Just because this year he's really stepped up another level again. Just every single year he's just getting better, and I think we're gonna see another a better, a stronger Kiraz next season. And who knows what can happen next year? He can get probably top try scorer if our attack was to start strong next year, because we did start slowing attack in 2024. But heading into next year, I think we're gonna see a better version of Kiraz.
Raz is amazing. He's so underrated.
He is.
Yeah.
Like some things he does, he question like, yeah, this guy, he's had a lot of time this morning.
But personally, I think he should be getting Winger of the Year, but I just don't think they're going to give it to him.
Well, he played
Yeah, I know.
about 7 or 8 games this year, so
Who?
Raz played in the centers like for a couple.
Oh
of games.
yeah, so yeah, then that changes the whole thing. Anthony, you're our most improved.
I'm gonna say Matt Burton, because I know last year, like he didn't play the best because we didn't see a lot of goal, like as in more kicks of Burton bombs and all that stuff. But I think he did step up this year a lot,
He did.
especially with his attack as well and his running meters as well. I think he's changed the whole game, and especially like with his defense too. But mostly is his attack as well. I think his attack improved so much better, man, 10 times better. But I hope next year he'll play 100 times better. So I want to see that from Matt Burton next year. So I'm going to say Matt Burton, man.
Finally, which player needs to improve next season? For me, I'd say Jermaine Salmon. I think he hasn't been the best this season. I think he started decent, but even yesterday against Man, he was not up to standards. Like seeing him at 13, I knew it's going to cause a problem. I just wasn't comfortable there. I would have preferred Curran or Hayward to start there. But yeah, I think Salmon, I think he has potential, but he needs to step up another level and just match up to where everyone else is. The likes of Curran, Sam Hughes has been pretty good this year. So yeah, there's a lot of players he's got to notch up if he wants to keep that starting. Third,
I think for me, look, I said it before during this discussion about Bulldogs. I'm going to go Reid Marnie. I think again we've seen a lot. Even when he first joined the club, first half of the season was exceptional. Second half of the season, he was playing bad, and this is the same situation for this year. First half good, second half of the season bad, and we really need to see a consistent Reid Marnie throughout the whole season. I know it's normal to have bad games, but I think this year, towards the end of the season, we've seen him giving away too many silly penalties, making errors that is not needed, and just sometimes I just don't feel he's focusing in games, and that's one thing he has to improve in next year.
I'm gonna go with Samuel Hughes. Look, he did play like okay at the moment, like this whole year, but I'm expecting more because like he didn't run a lot of meters this year too. Like he was running less. Like I've noticed it a lot, and honestly, like he was only running like not even a few meters like towards straight. You know what I mean? I'm expecting more, as in like 10, 15 meters up. Like when you push hard, if you're
like a good what's it called? Fisher
Harris player, you got to run hard. Yeah, exactly. You got to gain more meters, bro. You can't make less meters. If you're a forward player, you got to push hard. You can't be lazy. You got to be fit. That's what I'm trying to say.
In consideration, he's still young. He's still learning.
He's still young, but I think I want to see him improve next year. I want to see that.
Emilio.
To be fair, Samuel Hughes wasn't expected to be a starter, so you could say he had a good year as well. He's been solid, but I'll start off with this. A positive we can take from this year. There's no player in our starting 17 from yesterday, for example, that we can say they've had a terrible year and they've been shocking, they've been embarrassing. There's no one like that. Like I'm gonna say Jamin Salmon, a player that needs to improve, who's been, I think, pretty good in defense this year, but he just needs some spark in attack if he wants to play lock. Yeah. But then again, he hasn't been bad this year. That's the thing. So that's a positive we can take.
Yeah. Again, Salmon hasn't been bad, but there's room for improvement for him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, finally, put your house on 2025.
Oh, we don't want to start there again.
Look, we lost yesterday, but man, I'm excited for 2025.
Let's go to Bali.
That's it. I think
Well, we need it for recovery, huh?
we need a break, we need to recover, and then we'll come back again with Bulldogs content.
Yeah.
Anthony, I need a steam clean for my house.
Yeah, I'll do it for you straight away, right away. But all I can say next year, 2025,
I'm ready.
I pray Bulldogs will be in the top 4. That's going to be the aim. And I hope, like, God's willing, they prove everyone wrong and doubt everyone wrong, because what we just saw yesterday, that's a bit of the glimpse that we're in the finals. And next year we're going to be 100 times better. I think our defensive system is much better now, and it's going to help us a lot for next year.
Yeah, just imagine.
Yeah, what are you saying?
I'm saying just imagine if we are in the finals periods for longer. Like if we made semis preliminary, it's going to be better. So
yeah,
this elimination final could be like a blessing in disguise. Yes, we lost, but it's going to help us get used to that finals pressure we get into next season, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying, because, like, look, they didn't disappoint us this year. I was happy the way how Bulldogs played. We felt it for the last 6 to 8 months after 8 years of that drought. We have to think about what happened with us the 8 years, bro. The coaches, they got sacked. Dean Pay, Trent Barrett, who else was there? Kevin Moore.
There's a lot.
Then you had what's his name? From Gold Coast Titans. What's his name? There's Hasler as well. Then you had all the players that all left the club, and they all went their own separate ways. They all went to different clubs and that. But now I'm realizing now that Bulldogs, they don't want to be in that drought ever again. This is why this is the glimpse from yesterday for next year, that I think Bulldogs going to come out hungry, more stronger, more dominant, more faster, more quicker. Because
so what you're saying is you want to see it.
I do want to see it.
I want to see it.
I do want to see it. I do want to see it. Our attack is going to get more better next year, and I guarantee you that. You got to clip this tonight. You got to clip it.
You clip it.
Look, I think this will be probably the final Bulldogs content for the year, until probably January. We'll come back and we'll start again. We'll talk about preseason and then head into March. I think the draw comes out usually January. Is that right? November, yeah. So it comes out.
I think it is November, yeah.
Comes out 1 month after. So yeah, I think that's a wrap up to the Bulldogs content in 2024. I appreciate your guys' support, for your love with the vlogs, the fan cams, our messages on Insta. We appreciate all your love and support. And back at you, we all love you. And yeah, thanks for your support, and put your house on the Dogs in 2025. We're winning it.
Now we're gonna find something.
Hey, the work never ends. We got to keep working hard and hustle. We got to keep hustling.
Hustle.
That's it. We'll see you guys.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's